Hey there, friends and enemies, Tropy here again, and yesterday we got the official reveal of the upcoming Monster Hunter Secret Lair Super Drop coming to Magic the Gathering on December 1st, 2025. And while it looks very interesting, I absolutely love the art on a lot of these cards, and I want to kind of break it all down. I don't necessarily believe I'm going to be waiting in line first thing for this particular set of Secret Lair cards, and that's for two different reasons. One, generally, I'm not as tied to Monster Hunter. I did play Monster Hunter Wilds a lot. I do feel like it's a very good game, but I'm just not as tied to the franchise as a lot of other people, and I'm not as tied to it as I am to other franchises that we've seen, plus like some of the base Secret Lairs that I just enjoy a bit more. And so that's kind of where it falls for me. And I think this is going to be one of those sets that's going to be readily available, just like with Avatar and the PlayStation Secret Lairs, where even after launch of them several hours later, you'll still be able to pick them up if you have that little bit of FOMO or there's something that you really want to add to your collection. But I think this one is going to be for those fans who are very much into both Monster Hunter and also the Magic the Gathering, or they just love dragons and dragon themed decks so much that they need some of these cards to go into them, and they just like the art on them. So anyway, going into it real quick, we do have the Soul Ring, which is weird. It's just a dragon. This is available through a purchase of the Master Rank Everything bundle, Hunter's Carve, and then the Amp State Surge Foil bundles. If you do any of those in Japanese or English, you'll get a corresponding Soul Ring for all of those. One of the things that I was relatively excited about and has me on the fence a little bit, the only reason I would look to purchase these in general is the fact that Surge Foils are available for this, and I would absolutely love some of these cards in Surge Foil. I just don't know if it's enough to push me into that, because the prices of these are going to be $29.99 for the base and then $39.99 for the foils, and I'm just not sure if these cards are valuable and desirable enough for me personally to jump into them. But I know there's a lot of people who will definitely be picking these up. First off, we have the Hunt Secret Lair. This is going to have Blind Obedience, Snap, Village Rites, and then Mizium Mortars and Tooth and Nail. The total value of these cards, the reprint value, is like just $5 or $6. It's kind of silly to look at. You don't see such low value. Like, there's not even one card that's really valuable in this entire set. So it's not one that a lot of people, I think, are going to pick up. However, if you are going to be trying to build decks with some of these Monster Hunter cards, then maybe you're going to want to add these to have these specific cards thematically fitting into those decks. But overall, not really one that a lot of people are going to be super into. I think this is one that'll be available long after the set drops, just because of how little reprint value it has. So the collectors, the people who are looking to flip them, won't be picking these up, but also just in general, the cards aren't as viable either. Like, there's fine cards, but they're not anything crazy, and that's sometimes what you look for in a Secret Lair. For most people, is either you love the IP or you love the art on the cards, or you have cards that you've always wanted to add to your collection, and this is a way to do so at a reasonable cost. Now, the next one is going to be the most expensive of these as far as reprint value wise. That's especially because of the Imperial Recruiter down there. We also have Champion of Lambolt. We got Grim Horospex, the Archaeomancer, and then Grand Abolisher. And all of these cards are fine. And once again, another reason I'm kind of on the fence and not really sure about picking this setup is thematically it's weird. I don't like when they're all 5 colors in a single Secret Lair, because it doesn't feel like I can use them together. My favorite thing is when they have a combination of cards that I can kind of use to make a deck or fill out a deck or something like that. And I could toss all of these into 5-color deck, but I don't really build all that many of them. I already have a Team Ed deck like that, and I don't think I'll be looking to add to that. But again, if you want any of these cards, the art is pretty good. Again, you can get them in Surge Foil, which is pretty sick, And if that's what you're looking for to snag these, I think that might be worth it. Again, the reprint on these is going to be pretty solid, but just for collectors, they're pretty good cards overall as well. Then we have the monsters. This one is, again, fine. We've got the Nezahal Primal Tide, Drakoseth Maw of Flames, Zeatora the Incinerator, and then we've got Vevictus Smati, the Dire, and then Seraph Realm Eater. So all of these, again, I think these arts on these are very, very good. I do like having like an Elder Dragon there, Demon Dragon as well. Zeatora is a pretty sick card overall. And I do think these are cool. But again, I think the reprint value on these is like still under $10 somewhere. So if that's why you're purchasing Secret Lairs, this whole collection is probably not going to be for you. Whereas if you're a massive Monster Hunter fan and you just love the look of these dragons, I think that's going to be, I kind of beating a dead horse there. But yeah, none of these are too insane, but I do like Nergigante, this Herald of Destruction right here. I think that looks very, very cool. And ultimately, I do like these. I would be, I'm going to rank these at the end, but I would be somewhat likely to pick these up. Then we have Monsters 2. And this is the one that I would probably pick up if I was going to select any of them. This one would be number 1, and then we would go with the Hunters, and then this one right here, the Monsters 1, and then the very first one I covered. That would be the least desirable for me personally. Not just because of the reprint value, but I just don't like the way that it's set up. Anyway, the cards here are Razaketh the Foul-Blooded, Calamax the Stormsire, we've got the Wasatora Necru Queen, and then Amarith the Lustrous. So all of these cards, I could use at least 2 of these in Dragon deck. And then also the other ones are viable as well. Like I think the Razaketh, the Goramagala up there, is a card that I would definitely add to certain decks because like I have a Sephiroth deck that I feel like that would go perfectly in, and it is very expensive, but that is a mono black deck. I think that would fit very, very well. So this is the one I would be considering the most. Then we also have the Calamax, which I think is also a very, like, that's a dinosaur card that could go in some interesting dinosaur decks as well, plus these 2 dragons here. Again, they're pretty solid overall, and I think this is my favorite of the 4. But at the end of the day, I'm just still on the fence. I'm not sure if I'm going to pick up any of these. I'd love to hear from other people on whether or not this is going to be one of those collections that they're going to pick up or they're going to pass on. But I wanted to spread the word. December 1st, check it out if you're interested. If you're a fan of Monster Hunter, let me know in the comments down below. Like the video as always, comment, subscribe. Have a good one, and I'll catch you all later.